She's just 17, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you something I think you'll understand. When I say that something, I wanna hold your hand.
I Want to Hold Your Hand, of course, a classic by the Beatles, John, Paul, George, and Ringo. But just off stage holding their hand was Frieda. Frieda, you ask? Mark Strassman explains.
1, 2, 3, 4.
In 1962, the Beatles were a Liverpool bar band. Frieda Kelly was a legal secretary who watched them play during her lunch hour. She was just 17.
Once I saw them, that was it.
What was it about them that was so different?
It was their whole attitude, the way they were on stage. I got to know them very well because they lived near me.
Brian Epstein, the Beatles' manager, knew she was a secretary and offered her a job. She said yes.
But I didn't tell home because my father didn't approve of the Beatles. So I kept it to myself and I handed in my notice in work and they didn't believe me. Because they didn't know them, they'd never heard of them. And I explained and they said, oh, you'll be back within a year. And that's how it started, really. So the year turned into 10 years.
Over time, they became the Fab Four, the world's most famous band. She became a trusted friend to all of them.
On behalf of us all, I'd just like to say a great big thank you to our secretary, Frieda Kelly.
I did not know she was the Beatles' secretary until a few years ago.
Filmmaker Ryan White got to know Kelly while visiting relatives in Liverpool.
I was really drawn to the idea of this girl who was picked for the job of a lifetime and thrown into this whirlwind and never tried to cash in and never sought out the fame. In fact, she sought out anonymity for the last 40 years.
2 years ago, she finally sat down to tell her stories about Beatlemania in this new documentary called Good Old Frieda.
I was 17. Actually, I did have crushes on them.